Good morning, comic fans. You're with the Comic Pusher at the Comics Club, Tampa and Brandon's favorite comic gaming store. Here we are, the third Wednesday of November. And next week is Thanksgiving. I can't wait. I just love Thanksgiving. It's one of my very favorite holidays, filled with good food and family. Just love Thanksgiving. And I wish all my family could be with me on Thanksgiving next week, but they can't. I got some cool stuff to show you guys. So, error issues. Look here. These two comics I'm showing you, Avengers Assemble and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto. Hey, Steve Fisher. How you doing this morning? These books both contained errors today. Errors in comic books sometimes are really interesting. Sometimes they're just annoying. How you doing there, Cat Comics? Errors in comic books can sometimes be very valuable and sometimes not. It just depends on what it is. And then sometimes you can make an error and it just stinks. I'll tell you about that later because I made one. But so we got in two comics today, and it's interesting. This one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto. Again, are these two valuable error covers? So this book, when we ordered this book, this was the anniversary cover, we were told. This did not have a ratio variant to it whatsoever. So there was a 1 in 25, 1 in 50, 100. I think they went all the way to 250 for this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic. And whenever this company, IDW, puts a 1 in 10 or whatever out, they call that their RI, their retailer incentive, and they'll put the letters RI right on there. This one was not an incentive cover. However, if you look closely down there, it says RI, retailer incentive, even though we could order as many of this comic as we wanted to. But every one of them had this on it. This information is, as far as we can tell, an error. This is not correct. This is not a retailer incentive, even though it says it is on the cover. And this, when you go on eBay, I don't think there's anybody that has this or anybody else online that has this showing today's. I think one person I saw got it up there today. I saw none yesterday. It's all the stock photo that was of this cover that was given out by Marvel to everybody. So it's interesting. If you at your comic shop today and you happen to see this cover that says cover RI, it's caused some confusion out there because some people are already asking $10 for this cover because they believe it is a 1 in 10 variant cover, but not according to our ordering information. It's not, and not according to their solicitation information. Nothing shows this as a rare variant, and we ordered several, so it wasn't treated as a rare variant either, as a ratio variant. So an error seems to have happened here. Will this make this more valuable? It's hard to tell. Sometimes these kind of things the collectors latch onto, and they got to have a copy of this strange error. Sometimes errors are in the the wrong title or wrong information is listed like that. Sometimes the information is wrong in the indices. This information down the bottom of the comic book, on the inside, front, or back cover within a couple of pages, this gives you all the information about a comic book, who published it, what issue number it is, when it was published, et cetera, et cetera. All that information can be found inside your comic books right here. And sometimes there's an error in there. This one isn't an error. It has gone out of its way to tell you this is a first printing, which sometimes they don't do that. And usually if it doesn't, it is. And sometimes if it's an additional printing, that information will be printed here in the indice. So that's another bit of information about your comics. There's another book that comes out today. It happens to be the first appearance of the new Night Stalkers and Avengers Assemble #3. But the interesting thing about this particular copy, just this copy, is that it's an error. All the other ones were fine. There was no problems with it whatsoever. And what made this one an error, what caused this to be an error, is this. Comic book is actually 2 Avengers Assembles #3 in 1. They have inadvertently, I meant to mark the page. They have inadvertently, as you can see here, they have double printed this comic book. So you have an entire extra copy of Avengers Assemble inside of this other copy. all the way down to the duplication of the back cover and everything. So this is an entire comic book within a comic book that you have here. Sometimes there's double covers. You see that happen in comics. And I've had double covers. I've even had triple covers. But I've never had a comic book printed inside of a comic book before. So this is a double comic book, not just a double cover, but an entire double comic book inside the other comic book. And it was just Dolly yesterday picked up the 2 copies, and she said, look at these comics. She said, one's twice as thick as the other one. What's going on here? So I pulled out and I said, are the other ones like this? And she looked at all of them, and only one copy had been printed with a copy of a comic inside the other one. Sometimes these double covers, I went on the internet and tried to find somebody who had a double comic. I even left a message on Heritage Auctions to see if anybody out there might know of a double comic, double printed like this, a comic within the comic of the same issue. But I can't find anything out there. Nobody's made any mention of anybody else finding a copy inside of Avengers Assemble number 3 so far. None of ours other than this one did. So it's an interesting error. It's one of those things that, some people say, well, you could fake that. It's not so easy to fake something like this. When you start bending these staples and try to take them in and take them off, it's not so easy. There's telltale signs if you wanted to look, but this thing is absolutely done by the printer, and it was somehow printed 2 together. I don't know how that happens in the process, but somehow 2 copies stacked on top of each other, and they got stapled together. Boom, boom. Pretty interesting. And so there's our 2 errors. Other errors can happen sometimes. I made an error. Errors in ordering can be very frustrating. Either it's a simple error and you can fix it easy, and sometimes it's a bad error and you can't fix it easy. I just noticed this morning an error that's not going to be easily fixed. And yesterday we had, or actually a couple of days ago, we realized that we had made a mistake on the order, and that's also not going to be so easily fixed. We'll find out. We're at the mercy of Marvel Comics. I'll give you more details when we get to that particular comic. But so getting back to the rest of today's New Comic Book Day books. Get this out of the way here. These error comics, figure out what to do about those. Okay, so we have a new trade paperback, Destro, Volume 1. The world of G.I. Joe has gotten super hot. What we got here, Captain, they could be like Moon Knight 25 era with the white dot. Double comic is weird. Never heard of that. Yeah, I hadn't seen that before either, Captain. It's interesting. I've seen lots of errors in my days in comic books. I've been doing this for a long time, 30, 40 years. I don't know how long. Anyway, to come across a double comic like that, that's a new one on me. I haven't seen one of those before. I've seen lots of different errors, printing errors, pages folded over, and you won't notice until you open it up, and all of a sudden there's all kinds of error where it wasn't cut properly, et cetera, et cetera. But that's a new one on me. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. And that little interesting bit about this is not a NRI. It's just a regular copy, but they've mislabeled it. Ice Cream Man, Volume 10. If you're an Ice Cream Man fan, you like these little horror stories, this is the latest collected edition. Also, we got a restock. People have been asking about, hey, we're going to get some more trade paperbacks in because I was running low on House of Slaughter. So we got the first 3 volumes back in stock again. If anybody's needing the collected editions of House of Slaughter, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. House of Slaughter. Great stuff. And coming up next, we have the variant covers. We had some really cool variant covers this week. Oh, boy. Of course, the House of Slaughter stuff. We got a 1 in 25 House of Slaughter. That's nice. This is a 1 in 10 unlockable. I love the library behind her. And this is a 1 in 10 House of Slaughter number 27. Those are all issue number 27s. Minor Arcana number 3. This is the unlockable. G.I. Joe number 311, Real American Hero, 1 in 10. This is an ash can, full-size ash can. Sometimes ash cans are small, That's what they always used to be, but not everyone. A lot of people don't realize there was an ash can of Action Comics number 1. which I think was only slightly smaller than the original. Anyway, this is Seasons, The Seasons, number 1, Ashcan. Yeah, I don't think that book's even out yet. I believe that's why their Ashcans usually come out before. Thundercats, number 10, foil edition. This is not a rare variant. It's just that it's a $10 foil edition. Beautiful artwork. And this was supposed to be in last time, but it came damaged, and we just got the replacement. This is Terminator number 2, 1 in 15 virgin foil cover. Yeah, these foil covers are very delicate, easy to damage, and one of them just got destroyed in the shipment. So we just got the replacement back. Speaking of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Naruto number 1, this is a proper retailer incentive cover because this is a 1 in 25. Sonic the Hedgehog and Knuckles 30th anniversary one-shot issue. Scarlet Witch number 6, 1 in 25. Wolverine number 3. And this is Ultimate Spider-Man number 11, a 1 in 25. Looks like just in time for Thanksgiving there. Venom War, it's Jeff. A 1 in 25. It's Jeff all venomized. And last but not least, on the variant covers, we have Moon Knight, Fists of Khonshu, issue number 2, 1 in 25. Some nice artwork there. Looks like Alex Ross. All right, there's our variant covers. We got our variants and our trades. And now we're going to jump into Action Comics. And DC Comics. If there's Action Comics here that got out of place. All right. Titans. This is Titans number 17. DC. This is the McFarlane action figure cover. World's Finest, number 33. So this one looks like it might be, I don't know. Does this connect? We got Superman's cape over here, or Superman's shadow. I don't know. I don't think it's connecting cover. World's Finest, number 33. There's this one. If you like your comics horizontal. It's not really. This is also World's Finest number 33. Lots of covers, including this one. I think that's another McFarlane cover, McFarlane Toys. And this one. Do they sell more? It just depends, Captain, whether or not a 1 in 25 they'll sell for more money. Yeah. How you doing there, Two Guns? Gotcha. No, Captain, they it just depends. If the artwork's good enough, people will be happy to pay more for them if it's a really cool cover. The rarity of it, people these days, it isn't so much about the rarity. It's about whether or not they like the cover. So I can have a 1 in 25, it'll sell like that for $50, and have other 1 in 25s, I'll be lucky to get $10 for them. So that's the way that usually goes. It just depends on the cover and, if there's an artist that people are following, or if it's just a really cool cover. The variants, the fact that it's a variant will give it a little bit more for some collectors, but in general, it's going to depend on how cool that cover is. The bottom line. How cool is that cover? Shadow Cabinet, number 1 of 4. If you are into the Milestone heroes, they're back. This is Batman and Robin Year 1 Noir edition, which is all black and white inside. Wonder Woman, issue number 15, continues DC's all-in effort. Wonder Woman's got a little beaten up there. What's going on with that? Action Comics, I told you before, we got Action Comics number 1076. Wow. 1076. And of course, we have a ton of covers for you. There's that one. I like this one. Looks like is that the Phantom Zone? Is he stuck in the Phantom Zone? It's a great cover. It's the Creature Commanders cover. These is that Mego figures? And this one. I think this is standard cover A. And we have Batman and Robin, Year 1, issue number 2. Lots of covers for you. Yeah, DC's made a pretty decent comeback with their absolute titles. Got a lot of people excited. Those titles are now selling as well or better than any Marvel title that we have. So that's been a bit of a turnaround for DC. It's been a long time coming. DC's needed a hit, and they finally got one. This is Batman Full Moon, Book 1, second printing. Cool cover. It's got a glow in the dark. It's basically identical to the first printing, but it's a second printing. And we also got issue number 2 in. This is the Francavilla cover, and this is the glow in the dark cover. All right, they put these protective outer covers on them. These aren't intended to stay permanently on there, but it does protect your in shipping and all that travel. It protects the cover from getting scuffed up because it is raised, and this is also glow in the dark. But honestly, this part, it doesn't intend to stay on it. So, I mean, if you're planning on having it slabbed or anything like that, don't worry about taking it off that extra bit of paper. It's not important. It's just there to protect the comic with all the shipping after printing and everything. You do the same thing with the blank covers. Same deal. Catwoman, some really awesome covers of Catwoman. I got to speed up the thing here because I spent so much time talking about Error comics this morning. Catwoman, and Catwoman. Great stuff. Crisis on Infinite Earths has been getting reprints. This is, we're up to issue number 8 of Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is the final fate of the Flash, where we see the death of Barry Allen. And we also have a blank cover. Like I say, these are there to protect the comic and its shipping and everything. It's not intended to stay on the comic book permanently. It's not going to harm the comic in any way. So if you want to leave it on there, you can. If you're going to go have it slabbed or something like that, you're probably going to want to pull it off. They're not going to slab it with that on there. And I don't know if they'll do that service for you. My guess is they probably will. But again, it doesn't hurt the comic at all to take that off. It's not damaged in any way. And it's not really intended to stay on there permanently. You're supposed to be able to write on your comic, stuff like that. Anyway, these are there. You can have them stay on there, but don't panic about taking them off. It's not going to reduce the value of your comic book. All Winter. Dark Knights All Winter has been very successful. This is the Viking era for the Justice League, basically. They've done them in the Renaissance, and now we're in the Viking times. It's been pretty cool. Fun stuff. Shadow Cabinet from the world of Milestone Universe. Shadow Cabinet, Milestone. A couple of different covers. I think I showed you one earlier. I don't know if it's a different one or it got out of order. Also, Question, the new series. The Question, who's a new version of Question, is a female. I don't read it right now. I used to read it, but I don't know much about that particular person. So into Marvel. Let's get into Marvel here. We've got Immortal Thor. Some really awesome covers on Immortal Thor for your viewing pleasure. Look at that. Great Alex Ross cover. Fun stuff. Did any of you catch Scarlet Witch? Agatha All Along, the TV show. What a great show it was. Watching it right now with my daughter. And a shiny foil one. This is Scarlet Witch number 6. Now, I told you that sometimes you make an error in ordering. And I made an error in ordering a few weeks back. And today's comic that's in, there's really nothing special about this comic. It's a regular comic in the new series. It's Chasm number 4. And there's several different covers, that's how that usually happens. Sometimes there's several different covers or not. And this particular one, there just happened to be only one cover. And it's not a huge seller, but I made a typo when I was ordering. And it used to be in the old times when you would place an order with a distributor and something was completely out of whack, somebody give you a call and say, or an email and say, hey, this is kind of out of whack. I have more than once that used to happen with Diamond. That disappeared years ago. We don't get calls. If you made a mistake, oh, well, you'll have to deal with it after the fact. Nobody's checking your order for you ever from any of the distributors. They can easily do this with AI, but nobody wants to make the investment in that software, apparently, to make sure they aren't these kind of mistakes. So now we're waiting to hear back. We're at the mercy of Marvel if they will allow us to return the 80 extra copies of this I accidentally ordered. Yeah, ouch. So I contacted, Penguin Random House and said, hey, I accidentally ordered too many of these. Any chance I could send them back to you and get credit? They said, well, it's not up to us. That's up to Marvel. So now I have to hear back from Marvel and see whether or not Marvel will allow us to return the 80 extra copies that we didn't intend to order. Chasm. There's a giant chasm in my wallet right now. When you make an error like that, that's not the good errors. That's not the good errors that were worth anything. These are the errors that are just totally destructive to your bottom line. Right, Mr. Happy? Yeah, Mr. Happy knows. The secret word is chasm. Chasm, an error for the copy of the latest issue of Chasm. 80, yeah, extra copies. I'm waiting to hear back from Marvel. I hope they'll be merciful to me. It's my error. I made the mistake. That particular one, we didn't double check me. So Chasm is our secret word. If you know the secret word, it gets you 15% off any single item in the store. If you are a Discount Club member or subscriber, it gets you 20% off any single item in the store. It's good from now until next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Thank you so much, Mr. Happy. We'll see you next time. All right. So, ouch. Yes, ouch, Two-Gun. These things happen. One time I ordered, I think it was 20 copies of Volume 8 of Ultimate X-Men trade paperback. I ate those. And there was another time that I ordered a whole bunch. I think it was a Buffy trade paperback or something. And Diamond graciously allowed us to return them, or maybe Dark Horse or whoever was responsible for that. My error was kind of them to allow me to send it back. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe I'll have 80 copies of this issue number 4 of Chasm. Couldn't have been a Spider-Man, Dwayne. Good job. Anyway, Predator versus Black Panther issue number 4. Phoenix is still rising. We've risen to issue number 5. Phoenix issue number 5. It would have been nice if perhaps something special happened in that Chasm issue, but it's just a regular issue. No special first appearances or anything like that. Sentinels number 2. Well, at least it's a Spider-Man related title. Chasm is isn't Chasm Ben Reilly? Isn't that who he is? Storm. There's a Storm brewing in my wallet that's got 80 copies of Chasm in it. We'll find out. Perhaps they'll, like I say, have mercy on me for my foolish mistake. This is actually Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, issue number 7, which has several different covers to choose from. Error Chasm. Yeah. Not a good kind of error. Exceptional X-Men. Issue number 3. This is also Exceptional X-Men, not Marvel 2-in-1. Daredevil's up to issue number 15. Look at that. Kingpin. The Thing has been many things recently. He's now Daredevil. That's a good one, a Kingpin and Daredevil going at it. Oh, boy. Who's this lurking up there? Anybody? Who is that? All right, we got to get moving here. Avengers Assemble, number 3. I believe that this is the new Night Stalkers. Why? Yes, it is. Beware the Night Stalkers. There they are. And these are not error covers. And this one is not a double one like the one I got. It's an amazing double comic combination. I've never seen that before. I've seen lots of errors. This is a facsimile edition, I believe. Is it? It's a special reprint. Oh, facsimile edition. So this is what it looked like. That photograph of Peter unmasked. Spider-Man Reign. Look at that. Wow. That's some good stuff. Phases of the Moon Knight, number 4. Moon Knight has been selling very strong. Big, strong selling book. Everybody seems to like the new stories in Moon Knight. There he is, Khonshu himself. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Look at that thing battle there. And, I didn't know he has other powers. Is this something temporary or is this permanent? Does he always have these powers? I didn't know about this. Look at him blasting something out of his fist there. Some very hot, powerful energy. I did not know that. We have a what if. What if? I mean, just think about it. What if Minnie Mouse became Captain Marvel? Have you ever thought about that? Is this something pressing in your mind? I wonder. I mean, I was sitting around the other day wondering, what if Minnie Mouse became Captain Marvel, And now I get to find out. Here she is, right here. All right. Marvel Zombies, Dawn of Decay, issue number 3. This is a Saturday morning variant cover. Ultimate Spider-Man, issue number 11 coming at it, everybody. And I think we get the first cover appearance of the Ultimate Black Cat. Is that her? I believe. I think we had a cameo of her in the last issue. They call them cameos. I like brief appearance better. So, we have Star Wars Battle of Jakku, Republic Under Siege, issue number 1. Wolverine's up to issue number 3 of its latest series. We've got lots of great covers of Wolverine number 3. Everybody likes Wolverine so much that they want more covers. Here's that cover. And here he's a banana. I'm told this has something to do with a game where he's a banana. And there you go. Weapon X, the Thing. This is the Stormbreaker cover. Stepped up against the, what is that? Is it the... What is this creature? I forget. Is that a Yeti? Looks like a Yeti. Speaking of Moon Knight, this is Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. Against the Thing. The Thing, Doctor Doom. Been hitting all the covers. And last but not least, Venom War, it's Jeff. What fun stuff. It's Jeff. Okay, there's Marvel for you. And we have Independence left to do, and we've got just a few minutes to do them. Let me see if I can get these taken care of. All right. Sonic the Hedgehog. I told you, Knuckles. 30th anniversary. If you're a fan... Here they are. Don't miss them. Star Trek, issue number 26. Star Trek has been coming on strong. It's making a nice comeback. Jupiter Legacy. The show Jupiter's Legacy didn't do well, but the comic books were amazing. If you didn't read Jupiter's Legacy stuff, you should. We're up to issue number 2 of the finale. Arkham Horror is up to issue number 3 from Dark Horse. And this wonderful bit of art on the back cover. Cyberpunk 2077 Kickdown. This is issue number 4. And this is the book that started all the error talk because of the one issue that is labeled as a retailer incentive when in fact it was not. Here's the other covers. All right. Where Monsters Lie. Cul-de-sac, issue number 2. And that bit of art in the back. Godzilla, Skate or Die. A couple of covers for you. Yeah, the Thing month, right? Godzilla Rivals. This is King Ghidorah versus Space Godzilla. Some cool art there. My Little Pony, issue number 3. This is a mini, I think it's a mini series, a new mini series for them. Paranoid Gardens is up to issue number 5. And you get an interesting bit of art on the back of that one, too. This is Archie's Mr. Justice, issue number 1. I got to tell you that the final cover here I'm going to show you, the one coming right up, this one, well, you know why I love it. It is a homage to Action Comics number 1. That is awesome. Vicarious. We're living vicariously through issue number 2 of Vicarious. And I told you the House of Slaughter, issue number 27's hitting the stand. Saw the rare variants of those. And this is a Virgin cover. Lawful. We have issue number 5. Thumper. From Bambi, I think. Was Thumper from Bambi, I believe. Now that Bambi is in public domain, Thumper's now apparently the theme of the murderer here. Thumper. Mythologies and Apocrypha, number 2. This is a wraparound cover. I think. No, I thought it was. Well, it fooled me. It's not a wraparound cover, but it is this nifty cover on the back. It's interesting. That maybe it's a connecting cover. It's only a part of the picture here, I think. Minor Arcana, number 3. Johnny Quest, number 4. Emery Wars, number 7. Walking Dead Deluxe. We're up to issue number 101, which is part 5 of the Something to Fear. Epitaphs from the Abyss. We're up to issue number 5. Horror as You Like It. Geiger from Image Comics is up to issue number 8. We have issue number 311 of G.I. Joe. There's that one. There's that one. And I think I just have one of these left, which is this mask you get along with it. It's this shiny foil mask of Cobra there, Cobra Commander, or whoever that is. Who is that? One of those guys. The Power Fantasy, issue number 4. And if you want to see an indice that is massive, that's what that is, actually. It's on the back cover. This is all the credits in multiple languages. That's pretty impressive. Issue 10 of Chip Zdarsky's Public Domain. Got Ice Cream Man. We're up to issue number, what is this? 42. 42. That's wild. Rat City's up to issue number 8 from the future of Spawn World. Garfield, last of the 4-part series. If you're a Garfield fan. Barbarella and the latest series up to issue number 2. There's these two. And this one. I showed you Amory Wars before. This one slipped by. Pretty cool. Space Ghost number 7. And last but not least, Terminator number 2. If you missed it, here it is. All right, there you have it. There's all the books for this week and a little bit of information about error comics and errors that you should not make. We'll keep you posted on what happens with that error. But anyway, well, thank you so much for joining us this week. I hope you can join us next week. And next week is our last show of the month, right before Thanksgiving. And remember, read. It brings out the hero in you.